Yeah, guys, what's up? It's Ted at gamingongrand. I'm here with Isaac. He just got a box of Dominaria, so we're going to go ahead and unbox it. We'll see what's in the box. We're going to try not to do any Infinity spoilers, but we can't make any promises. So as soon as I walk out of this room, I don't know which direction the conversation will go. And the camera's kind of centered on this, so if you can kind of keep the cards around that center area. Has the best production value.
Alright, screw it, I'm biting it.
One time I didn't bring my knife.
There we go.
You play too?
Yeah.
Yeah, take that one.
Cool. Terrible, but I try.
It's all fun.
I almost beat him the other day. I had a 180 got cocky and got myself killed.
It's in the bag. No, it's not.
Oh man, what's in the box? What's in the box? Nothing.
Alright.
Sorry, you opened the box. Someone had to say it.
Right.
So I haven't looked at like any spoilers for this, so you cast a legendary sorcery only if you control a legendary creature or planeswalker. Target player takes an extra turn after this one. Return up to one target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Exile it.
Pretty
That's
dope.
freaking great. 6-drop, take an extra turn?
Wait, is that all? Just take extra turn?
No, so
I mean, that's triple the cost of time walk, so it can't be that good.
Right.
it also returns up to one target non-land permanent to its owner's hand.
Okay, I guess that makes it better.
Yeah. The only thing about it is that
And then it
it's a
gets
legendary
exiled?
sorcery, so you can only do it if you control a legendary creature.
Okay, does legendary sorcery mean you can only have one in your deck?
It's been a while. I believe it's only one on the field at a time.
It's a sorcery,
And,
so
well,
that does.
I'll have to look that up. All the
Pretty honest.
brand new stuff for Dominaria is
It's so funny, they're going back to Dominaria, yet they're bringing everything new.
Yeah, you just can't control two of them with the same name.
Well,
Yeah.
I think it's a sorcery, so it'll go in the discard pile.
Well,
so it's
it actually gets exiled. And I
A Karn.
fucking got a Karn.
Nice.
Is that the money rare?
That's the new
That's one of them, yeah.
Nice.
one. Yeah.
What's he do?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
So he's a 4-drop, 5 loyalty, +1, reveal the top 2 cards of your library. An opponent chooses one of them, put that card into your hand, exile the other with a silver counter on it. -1, put a card you own with a silver counter on it from exile into your hand. -2, create a 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token. With this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control.
It's pretty dope. It's like what's it, the Bombarder? I forget that one artifact creature that every time it attacks, it exiles something under him, and then when it dies, it brings it back to your hand. It's like,
Yeah.
I just like that.
I mean, it's very Karn focused already. I pulled the Karn.
Did you already?
Yeah.
Wow.
And his temporal sundering.
nice. Well, you just got 1,000 hits on YouTube. That's awesome. I'm gonna have to rename.
Nah, it's Facebook. I mean, no.
No, this is actually YouTube.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
even cooler.
I go YouTube.
It's already 1,000?
No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, dang.
I have to retitle it.
I
Open
put a
box.
Karn second pack.
Yeah,
What?
I got it.
Karn second pack?
Just
What?
have to,
So they'll watch the first like a minute and a half of it, and then they're like, "Oh, you got Karn."
have to time
Fuck
mark
you.
it. As long as that commercial hits before then, I'm good.
Oh yeah, this is a
Oh, that's
mature
the-
unboxing for mature audiences.
Yeah.
So no shadow puppets in there.
So what are the
It
actual
looks good.
packs?
I like
the artwork on the packs.
Um,
I really like one of the most recent ones, the unhinged one. It was like goblins and yeah. My buddy and I just cracked a box. He bought a box. We cracked it and we just argued argued over who got to crack the Goblin pack, the Merfolk pack.
The artwork's awesome.
Yeah, a lot of this art is really good.
It's a return to the past of
I got one of the rare lands.
of Unlimited in the first couple of sets, but the artwork is a massive upgrade.
Got a Rona, Disciple of Kicks. Enters the battlefield, may exile target historic card from your graveyard. You may cast non-land cards exiled with Rona. Huh. That's pretty good. Love the art on these lands though. Like, and the tokens are pretty good too.
Do you prefer full art land, or do you prefer like regular big school?
A little bit of both. Like, it really depends. Like, that Plains is really good art. Doesn't have to be full art in order to.
Kind of get the whole
Yeah.
feel for it.
Yeah, badass art's badass art.
Yeah.
I got a couple full art lands, and I'm just like, oh, I wish I had more.
The whole reason why I loved the unset, nothing but full art lands.
What, $5 a pop?
Yeah. Oh, another mythic already.
2 mythics in the first, what, half dozen packs?
Yeah.
Alright, now the stream will get turned off.
Diora, Weatherlight Captain. Whenever you cast a historic spell, draw a card.
That'll be popular for
Yeah.
Commander.
Yeah, it will. She's a blue-red legendary creature.
Oh, wow.
Human artificer.
Yeah.
That should be a pirate, but no. She's named Captain.
They probably will make a pirate for synergy from some of their most recent sets, I guess.
Oh, there's my first saga. The Flame of Keld. Discard your hand. Part 2 is draw 2 cards. Part 3, if a red source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player this turn, it deals twice as much damage plus 2 to that permanent or player instead. That's insane.
Right. Because it made it easier for me.
Demolish Marshal. 3 white, 3/3. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. Just a buff knight. Fire Fletcher. Whenever you cast a spell, if that spell is kicked, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Deals damage equal to the number of 1/1 counters on it to each opponent. That's really good in the counter deck.
Is the rare in different spots now? Is it like,
Huh?
is the rare like in a different spot?
No, it's
For the-
always the 4th card from the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fifth is just because you go land, token, land,
And then you can have bonus rares
Yeah.
and bonus uncommons and commons
if
as
they're
well.
foil or not.
Yeah.
But if it's a foil, you sometimes get 2 rares.
Yeah.
That's 2 for 50.
Dampening Sphere. Tap for 2 or more mana. Produces colorless instead of any other type of mount. Okay. That's pretty good. Traxxas Scourge of Krog. 4-drop 7/7 trample. Whenever it enters the battlefield tapped, doesn't untap during your next untap step. Whenever you cast a historic spell, untap it. That's really good.
Love the art on him too.
Yeah.
Bless you. Thank you. You're welcome.
Warlord, 4 drop 3/4 haste. Whenever one or more creatures you control attack, add that much mana in any combination of red or green until the end of turn. You don't lose this mana as steps and phases end.
Wow.
Commander staple 101 right there.
That's insane.
Oh, and I got Teferi's emblem. Hopefully that means I'm going to get the Teferi in here too.
That's insane. You don't lose the mana either?
During steps and phases end. So I'm assuming you lose that at the end of your turn still, but
Yeah, it says until end of turn.
yeah. Time of Ice. Turn 1 and 2, tap target creature an opponent controls. It doesn't untap during its controller's untap step for as long as you control Time of Ice. Turn 3, return all tapped creatures to their opponent's hand. Field control right there. Black Blade Reforged. Equip creature gets +1/+1 for each land you control. Equip a legendary creature for 3 or equip for 7 to anything.
Wow.
That's a great card.
Wow.
And then I got a shiny rare. Territorial Allosaurus. 4 drop 5/5 with a kicker of 3. You may put an additional, or pay an additional 3 as you cast a spell. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, it fights another target creature. Another legendary creature. Creatures you control with first strike have double strike. He himself has double strike.
How long have you been playing?
Me? Almost 5 years now?
5 years.
Yeah.
I'm getting anxious to go buy a couple packs.
Triumph of Gerard. Step 1 and 2, put a 1/1 counter on the target creature you control with the greatest power. Step 3, target creature you control with the greatest power gains flying, first strike, and lifelink until the end of turn. Pretty good. Memorial of Glory, another uncommon land. Famine Incarnate. 8 drop 7/6. As an additional cost of the spell, you may sacrifice any number of creatures. The spell costs 2 less to cast for each creature sacrificed this way. When it enters the battlefield, up to one target player's life total becomes half of their started life total, rounding down. Yet another commander staple.
Are you gonna build a commander deck, or?
Maybe. Still hoping for a Mox or a Teferi. Rare land. Cabal Stronghold. Tap to add a colorless, or tap 3 and tap it. Add a black for each basic swamp you control. Garner the Blood Flame. When it enters the battlefield, return to your hand all creature cards in your graveyard that were put there anywhere this turn. Other creatures you control have haste. That's really freaking good. Especially at an uncommon. Rite of Belzebub. 4-drop Saga. Turn 1 and 2, create 2/0/1 black cleric creature tokens. Turn 3, create a 6/6 black demon creature token with flying, trample, and at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice another creature. If you can't, the creature deals 6 damage to you. Not bad. Merfolk Druid. Whenever a land in this battlefield under control, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Wow. More control for green blue. Jaya's Immolating Inferno. X and 2 red. Deals X damage to each of up to 3 targets. Burn. Steward. Vigilance. Creatures can't attack you or planeswalker you control unless their controller pays 1 for each of these creatures. Whoa, that's really freaking strong. Invoke the Divine. Antiquities of War. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any random order. So the first 2 turns, and then 3 artifacts you control become artifact creatures with base power and toughness 5/5 until the end of turn. The beginning of the common. Primeval's Glorious Rebirth. 5, a white and a black. Return all legendary permanent cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Not bad. All the common. 5-drop 9/3. That's interesting. Vanilla. Another rare land. Groom the Lonely King, Warrior, the kicker, who's kicked in, so 5/1/1 counter from it. Attacks 1 on double its power and toughness to the end of turn. Okay. I think I found my favorite art throughout the entire thing.
That's awesome.
Song of Release. Until your next turn, creatures you control gain tap, add 1 mana of any color. Put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain vigilance, trample, and indestructible. Another rare land. Slimefoot Stowaway. dies. Once it's thrown away, deals 1 damage to each opponent. You gain 1 life. And tap 4 to create a villain creature token. Gilded Lotus. Add 3 mana of any one color. I just pulled a Gilded Lotus.
Oh, did you? Oh, did you get one?
Yeah.
Right on. That's stuck.
That's awesome.
Flash flying. You can cast historic spells so they hex flash.
3 mana then. Wow. That is huge.
I mean, it's a 5-drop, but still, like,
There's no restrictions or limitations on that, right?
yeah, no, it's just tap,
Once you
add
get
3
it out, you
mana.
just get 3 extra mana.
Great
Yep,
for
that's
commander.
crazy.
Yeah, that's commander staple right there. Could you look how much that one is?
Yeah, I'll look at it.
I'm not gonna keep it.
Might not, depending on how much. Lich's Mastery. 6-drop total, 3 black or whatever. Hexproof, you can't lose the game. Whenever you gain life, draw that many cards. Whenever you lose life, for each 1 life you lost, exile a permanent you control or card from your hand or graveyard. When it leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. Urguros, the empty one. 6-drop, 4/3 flying. When it deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a random card. If that player can't, you draw a card. I pulled the Gilded Lotus.
No way! That's awesome.
And the Lich's Mastery. The you can't lose the game until it gets
Removed.
destroyed. Yeah.
But how do you destroy it? That's hexproof. What am I missing?
Yeah, it has hexproof. You have to do like a board wipe. Or I would have to sacrifice it from one of the effects on it. But yeah, there's other things I could sacrifice. So
So like a destroy all spell.
yeah, something that doesn't
sacrifice.
target it,
Mhm.
but yeah.
A lot of demons do that.
Helm of the Host, 4-drop legendary artifact. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a token that's a copy of equipped creature, except the token isn't legendary. If equipped creature is legendary, that token gains haste.
How many packs come in a box? 30?
36?
36.
Hell.
Let's say. No, it doesn't. Another
36,
goblin.
yeah.
3-drop, 3/3 first strike. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalker they control. And a hollow rare. Precognition field, 4-drop enchantment. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast the top card of your library if it's an instant or sorcery card. And it also has tap 3, exile the top card of your library.
That's cool. Hollow too.
Yeah.
So you got a Karn, a Gilded Lotus.
Gilded Lotus is rare, but yeah, still a good card. And then Fiora, Leatherlight Captain. The new Sarah Angel art. Huh. Fall of Theron. Destroy all lands. Part 2, each player returns 2 land cards from their graveyard to the battlefield. Same for Part 3.
So
Wow.
when does part 1, part 2, and part 3 take part?
So part 1 is the turn that it's played. Part 2 is the next turn. Part 3 is the turn after.
Okay.
And then after part 3, they get removed from the field.
Okay. Exiled or just
I
destroyed?
believe just destroyed.
Okay.
After your draw step, add a lore counter, sacrifice after 3. So, yeah.
Figured, 'cause I've seen the level up ones, but you have to pay into those.
Another time of ice. Board the Weatherlight. Haven't seen that one yet. Four drop 2/2 flying. Whenever you cast a historic spell, return target creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield.
So what cards are everybody looking for in those sets?
Mox, Karn, Teferi, I believe. Mainly for that big negative. Whenever you draw a card, exile target permanent and opponent controls.
Not non-land basic or anything
Nope,
like that.
just target permanent they control. Another Premonition field. Oh, another mythic. Dominaria, Master Wizard. 4 drop 3/3 flash. When it enters the battlefield, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy, and other wizards you control get +1/+1.
Hmm. So it's saying they cast a spell, but you don't redirect it, right? You just make a copy of it, and then you redirect that spell
Yeah.
to something else. So
Yeah.
hey, you're doing this to me, I'm doing this back to you.
Or
It's like a mirror almost.
Or I'm hitting you with something, and then I flash it out, copy that, and hit you again with it.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's any instant or sorcery you control. So you can't do it on something your opponent is doing.
But it has flash, right?
Yeah. It's basically you throw out a spell and then flash her to copy it. Steel Leaf Champion, 3 drop 5/4, can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less.
Well, anything else cool?
Another mythic. Thrawn Temporal Gateway. 4 drop legendary artifact, tap 4 and tap it, put a historic permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. Okay. down to the last couple of packs.
That thing is awesome looking.
Oh, got another Mythic Saga. 1 and 2 are to create a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance, and then 3 is knights you control get +2/+1 until the end of turn.
Ooh.
First Eruption. 3-drop Saga. The first Eruption deals 1 damage to each creature without flying. 2 is to add 2 mana. And then 3, sacrifice a mountain. If you do, the first Eruption deals 3 damage to each creature.
Huh. And if you don't, does it do nothing?
Yeah.
Cool though, you got the second ability.
Yeah, just second turn, you get 2 extra mana.
And the Stalkers look fun to play with.
X and 2 green. Look at top X cards to your library. You may put any number of land and or legendary permanent cards with converted mana cost X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest into the graveyard. Right?
Mana. Just like a landfall deck one time and then put too much landfall stuff in there. I had like 20 lands and like no creatures to play. I was like, what the heck is this? Gotta change this all up.
Yeah. I always have either way too much or way too little.
Right. Just like not a nice medium. I don't really understand how like the ratio works too much. I just start throwing in things.
I just do whatever he tells me to. Usually works, sometimes.
Usually works unless they're playing me.
Yeah.
I'm figuring lower cost mana curve, less land, higher cost mana curve, more land.
Noticing that not a lot of these are too expensive.
You mean the cards?
Yeah. Like, mana cost wise, they're not too high up. There's a lot of 1 to 4 drops. That's Jaya Ballard. +1, add 3 mana, spend this mana only to cast an instant or sorcery spell. +1, discard up to 3 cards and draw that many. -8, you get an emblem with you can cast instant sorcery cards from the graveyard. If a card cast this way would be put into a graveyard, exile it instead.
They all work well
Finicky.
together.
Yep.
All will work together. That's crazy.
So that's 2 of the planeswalkers.
How many bottom packs you got left?
I'm down to the last 3 packs. Hoping for it.
I just wanted to get that Teferi so
wall.
you could use it with the emblem.
Oh wow, wall that you can tap and make indestructible. Okay.
Oh.
Permanent blocker.
Yeah, tap 2 and make it indestructible. That's pretty great. Legendary creature, human knight, vigilance, creates. Okay, so it creates knights. That's nice.
This set's supposed to be focused around that, right? More knights than anything else.
Knights, wizards. It's mainly legendary creatures, like legendary everything.
Yeah, I just feel like it's going back to the basics.
Yeah. return target instant card from your graveyard to your hand, return target sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand, and until the end of turn, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy.
Huh.
And last pack.
Come on, cross your fingers, toes, and eyes, boys.
One box. If it wants to open. Oh. Urza's Ruinous Blast. 5-drop legendary sorcery. Exile all non-land permanents that aren't legendary.
Huh.
And then 2 extra uncommons. Swamp. And a goblin token.
Cool.
Alright.
You wanna get your gun out?
Yeah, yeah.
So the mythics.
The new Dominaria just came out, so.
You had one whole viewer at one point.
Nice.
Ended up getting 5 mythics. So,
Did you?
yeah.
Sure. Good box.
Plus getting, freaking, what's it called?